channel. If this is your first time, I appreciate you stopping by. I came out to this lake to do a tutorial video on the settings, all the functionality of the DJI Mavic Air 2.
All mine if you don't listen that much, but some of y'all don't listen at all.
I made another video on my initial thoughts, unboxing of the Mavic Air 2, more about the camera, more about the drone itself. This video is more towards the actual functionality within the DJI Fly app, and as well as all the different features with the Active Track 3.0, everything you can really do with this drone while you're flying. We are in the DJI Fly app.
The home point has been updated.
Looks
Please
like our home
check it on
point
the map.
updated. We're gonna take this thing off. Pretty simple. We just tap on the takeoff here. You hold down on the takeoff button. Pretty straightforward.
Take off. The home point
Now we're
has been updated. Please check it on the map.
Let's take this thing out over the lake. It's up. And everything's on auto right now, as you can see in the bottom right hand corner. Let's go back to auto. So if we click on the box, right now we're in photo single. You can click on your 48 megapixel picture that you want. The smart photo, which exposes each portion of the photo correctly for your image. So it's kind of taking that technology and really giving you the best photo in that surrounding. So I get a really clear exposure of the trees here, the sky, and the lake. Usually when I'm shooting photos, I'll do single, and that way I can go into the manual mode and be able to shoot raw or JPEG files. From photo right into video, now we have the option to go 4K at all the way up to 60 frames per second. We'll go and record into 60 frames per second, and we can really slow down that water as we fly over. Everything's still in auto. I'm not going to worry about the camera settings today. So now what I want to do is test out a couple of the quick shot functionality. So you can go into slow motion, which gives you less quality, not 4K, but now you can shoot at 120 frames per second or 240 frames per second. And then HDR shots is where you get kind of the raw file, where you get a lot more dynamic range in your color, in your post-processing. So let's go into the quick shot real quick. But here we're going to test out Droney. And right here, I'm just gonna tap on this plus button, and it picks me up.
3,
2, 1. It'll just start going. All you do to lock on a target is push on the screen and drag. So you're just kind of dragging a square on the screen. I'm gonna have it trace for now. Start that. Trace, go. Okay, so now we're gonna walk. Trace will just follow you. So here we have parallel. It does a really great job of tracking the subject and keeping it tracked. Even if you go behind other objects, it continues to follow you. All right, so from here, we're gonna mark me again. So it's just gonna circle around me. Now let's bump it up a little bit faster. And we'll turn around, kind of catch up with me. Doing a little tutorial video. Yeah, cool. We're gonna go back into quick shot. Let's do the rocket. So we're just gonna start here. Click on the plus. It's got me locked. It's gonna kind of center me up in the frame, and then we're gonna hit start. 3, 2, 1. See ya. Once it's complete with its task, it'll return to the location it started. We're gonna do a boomerang, see what this one's about. The tree there.
2, 1.
All mine if you don't listen that much, but some of y'all don't listen at all. The same they be pushing your butt. girls, they clutching it all they pearls. And no
So that works really well, and it automatically, when it's doing that function or that setting, it records the footage from the drone automatically. Again, it has the option of an 8K hyperlapse. You can do freeform where you're controlling the sticks. You can do a circle. You can do course lock. Really cool functionality with the hyperlapse. Very similar to all the other hyperlapse. This one you can do an 8K, which is sweet. All right, so let's do pano and see how that works. So we can do a sphere, and we're just let's start that. Some ugly ground. So it just does a circle around. And then it comes back, and I think it's got a process, 73%, 76, pretty quick, I would say, and it's complete. Hi, how are you guys? Just a little drone.
Thank you.
Yeah.
What are you controlling? Oh, I see it now.
Right here, yeah. So everyone's curious. Everyone's always curious. All right, we're gonna go back. Okay, so we're just gonna circle me again. So I want to just stay parallel with me. We're gonna go. I'm gonna start recording, and we'll just test this thing out. Yeah. That's what I'm testing. We'll see if it actually follows me, but it should. So far, so good. Geese crossing. Got to go around the geese. All right, so it's doing a pretty good job at tracking me, even as I slow down, speed up. All right, now we're just gonna go. We're gonna turn around and see what happens here. All right. Pretty good, pretty good. Sorry for the wind.
Battery level is low. The aircraft will go to the home point in 10 seconds.
We're gonna swap out the batteries, get another battery. So one battery complete. That was a pretty good length of film. I'm gonna stop my screen recording. One battery lasts you about 34 minutes, which is pretty true. I just tested it, and that was just under 30 minutes. So I could have gone a little bit longer. Showed this in the last video on the Mavic Air. The ND filter is super easy to put on. It comes in this little case. Twist it, super easy. All right, let's take this off, and we'll just do a few more things with this, and then we'll be done. Let's see what we get. So you can go into the 3 bars at the top right, and this is where you get all kind of your settings for the drone itself, whether it's the safety control, so you can set your max altitude, your max distance, auto return to home altitude. So I usually try and crank that up a little bit just to avoid any obstacles. And then obstacle detection, you can take that on or off. The compass, you can calibrate here. Auxiliary LED, auto, I always keep that on auto. That's just the lights on the outside of the drone. And then you can find my drone. Let's go back out to that. We don't need that. And then under control, this is where you can kind of set your gimbal mode, follow me, FPV mode. You can set phone charging, which is a really cool function because now my phone won't die while it's hooked into the controller, which is awesome. And then here's where you get all the camera settings. Change into MP4 or MOV. You can go into color, so I like to do D-Cine-like. That just gives you more flexibility with the dynamic range. Histogram, I usually like to show that because it shows me my exposure levels. And you can drag this around wherever you want it. You can give an overexposure warning. You can shoot with grid lines, which I always recommend, so you can kind of see where you are in frame. And then also in here, you have the ability to control whether you're shooting to the internal storage or your SD card. All right, let's fix this camera real quick. That concludes this video. I appreciate you guys sticking around. If you're thinking about purchasing the Mavic Air 2, at that price point, it is an unbelievable drone. I would highly recommend it. Love this little drone. And if you haven't yet, be sure to check out my first video on the Mavic Air 2, kind of the unboxing, all the fun goodies that come along with it with the Fly More combo. I also made a video comparing the Mavic Air 2 to the Mavic 2 Pro. So go check that video out. All right, I've talked too much. I hope this video provided some just some tips on how to do all the functionality within the app. See you in the next one.
don't mind if you don't listen that much, but some of y'all don't listen at all. The same they be pushing your buttons. Got a grown man having withdrawals. I don't mind if you
That's when people walk by. I still get a little jittery when people watch me vlog like this. Big old camera right here. Whatever. It's for you guys. Whoa! Almost fell in the water. P.S. Check out this little statue swimming behind me. Fishing. Just got his fishing pole out all day, every day. All right, I'm out. Love you guys. See you in the next one.
I got then they said that respect they